Hi everyone, it's Sandy. Thank you for joining me. I have a really cute pocket insert idea for you if you like making pockets or little pocket folders to store some ephemeras, tags, or some of your die cuts. Or if you want to gift a little pocket full of little crafty goodies. This is a cute little project as well. And what's great about this project is that you only need one piece of 6x6 paper, but you can make them in larger sizes if you like. But if you like working with 6x6 papers, or you have a whole heap of 6x6 paper pads, these projects are really a great idea as well to use. And then you could also make these pockets two ways using the one method that I'm going to show you. And I'm going to show you the two different pocket ideas that you can make with the one method. So you can decide which one you want to make, or if you want to make a whole heap of these. So these are the two that I have come up with to make, and they're just simply cute and really easy to put together. So I did get the idea from this style that I had shared with you in one of my previous videos, and it was a pocket folder using vellum, and it was this one here. So this is a larger size, and it was a really fun little project to create. And it just opens up, and there is a folder or a pocket style in here where you can add your fun bits and pieces inside. And then there is a vellum cover, and I will put the link to this video if you want to make it in this size as well. And this one was made with a 6x8 paper, if I'm correct, but I will put the link down below if you want to have a look at this one. So I did make and recreate another one which is a smaller size with the 6x6, and I use a strip of paper to create like a belly band as a closure. Actually, it opens up. You can actually slide it, but I just realized I made it with a Velcro that way, so you could just open it like that. And then this is the vellum cover, and then on the inside is the pocket, which is similar to this one, although the pocket is a little bit deeper. So up here is the pocket, and I've just got a couple of little bits and pieces just to show you. I've got in here a little mini coin envelope, and I did make this with a 4x4 paper, and just a piece of paper that I cut, punched out the corners to create like a little tag. And then that is the pocket at the back. And then I have a little paper clip dangle here to use as a closure for the flap here on the front. And then when you lift it up, I've made another pocket in the inside as well. So this is a cute little pocket to add your smaller pieces of ephemera or little stickers, little banner shapes. And then that just closes up like that. And then that closes up like that. But I thought I'd put the little paper clip on the side here to create the closure for the flap. I thought that was just a perfect way to use as a closure. And then there's also a little extra little gift for your crafty friend if you wanted to do that. So that's this one. And this is the other pocket style, using the same style, just in a different way without a cover. And again, I use a paper clip here in the front to create the closure for the little flap on the front. And these this cute little heart paper layered embellishment is a really cute little embellishment that I had made, and I've also got these in my shop. And then you open that up, and again there's a little pocket here, again with some little cut aparts that I've cut apart from a 12x12 paper pad. And it's just a perfect little spot to add these in there. And closes up. And then at the back here is another pocket where I'll place some tags, and these are just some tags that I put together on a little dangle clip with a paper tassel, beaded paper tassel that I had also done a tutorial. I'll put the link down below for you if you want to make these cute little beaded paper tassels. They're really easy to make. And then that is how the pocket looks like. And again, it's nice and wide, so there's heaps of room in there to add bulkier ephemeras or embellishments. So that is the other pocket. So I'm going to show you, excuse me, both ways, so you could decide which one you'd like to make. But we'll start with this one first, and then we'll make this one. And you will need, for this one, you'll need one 6x6 paper, and you'll also need a couple more little scrap pieces of paper as well to make the cover. and these are the pieces you're going to need. So I'll make the cover first, or I'll make the pocket, then you can decide what pieces you want to make to create these two little pieces here in the front. And then you want a piece of vellum sheet. If you don't have a vellum sheet, you could just use some scrap papers to create a cover as well. So if you don't have vellum, that's perfectly fine as well. So I'm just going to grab my little scoreboard and a 6x6 paper. And then I'll show you the measurements for the little pieces. So what we're going to do, you're going to line up your 6x6 paper on your scoreboard. And you're going to score at 1 inch and 5 inches. So it's 1 inch going inside from the edge. So it's 1 inch on each side. You're going to turn this over. And then you're going to score at 2.5 inches and 4.5 inches. So you've got your paper all with your score lines. And we're going to make a couple of cuts and remove a couple of pieces. So we are going to remove these two panels here and these two panels here. And so we're going to cut it from the score line that you had scored at 2.5 inches. So the shorter part is where we're going to start cutting from. So we're going to cut that out. And then we'll do the same to this side here. So that is how your piece of paper will look like. And then what we're going to do here, we are just going to angle cut this little piece here on the right side, just a little bit, just like that. And then we're going to angle cut these two sides up to that score line. So I'm just going to angle cut this a little bit and this side. So that's what you want to look like. Now you don't have to angle cut. You can just corner around the corners if you like, because that will be the little flap that's here. So now we're just going to assemble this together. So what we're going to do first, we're going to bring this side in. And then we're just going to fold this up. And then this piece here that we had cut out of the angles, we're just going to bring that forward, and that will create your little flap on the front. So that is how it's going to look. And then you've got this part here, we're just going to fold that in, and that will become the little flap part that's over here, sorry, which will be this part. But I'm just going to trim mine down a little bit because I didn't cut along the score line properly. And as well as this part, it should be fine. Okay, so what we'll do now, we're going to open this up and we're just going to glue these two sides down. And that will create your top pocket at the back. And then you have your little flap here. And then this part, I'm just going to bring that in. And then you're going to grab your little pieces. And you want to cut all three pieces at the same height at 2.5 inches. You're going to have one piece at 2.5 inches by 1 inch. Your next piece at 1.5 inches by 2.5 inches. And then your piece of vellum or your piece of scrap paper at 2.5 inches by 3 3/4 of an inch. And then what we're going to do, we're going to grab your vellum piece, and that's going to get glued to the back of the little flap here. And you're going to notice that my vellum is not in line with the edge. And I had done that on purpose because I wanted to have it a little bit in so that you could see a bit of the pattern paper. But you can go along and go right to the end if you like. So I'm just going to glue the back of the left flap. And just line that up. And then when you open that up, I'm going to place this little piece to the back so that way it hides all the glue from the vellum, so it just keeps it nice and tidy. So that just goes there, and that will give you a cover. Actually, what I might do is I might just trim this down a little bit. So now you've got your cover nice and already complete. And then this piece here that was at 1.5 inches by 2.5 inches, I'm just going to fold that over in half, and I'm going to add some glue to both sides, and that's just going to get placed to the edge there, and that just tidies up the vellum on the edge, and also just pretties up the cover as well with some of your printed scrap papers. So I'm just going to line that up and place that there. So that is your cute little pocket insert idea. And then this part here does open up a little bit there because you've only glued the edge, and that's where you can place your little paper clip along the side there to use as a closure for your little flap. And then for this part where I made the pocket, I just created a little pocket along the side here with some strip papers. Let me just grab a piece of paper. I'll use this little piece, and all I've done was just decide how wide I wanted the pocket, and then I scored it at 1/8 of an inch on 3 sides, and then trimmed it down so that there was room to make a bigger pocket. So you can do that if you want to do that, or you could add a little mini envelope here if you wanted to create another little spot to add a little note. But that is how I made this one. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to make the other pocket, which is this one here, which I do like this one. So you're going to do the same thing and create another, grab another piece of 6x6 paper, and we're going to make the same score lines. So I'm just going to create another one. So again, another 6x6 paper, and you're going to score again at 1 inch, 5 inches. You're going to turn this around and score it again at 2.5 inches and 4.5 inches. And then we're going to do the same and remove these 2 pieces. And you want to cut it up to that score line that you had scored at the 2.5 inch mark. And we're going to remove that. And the same with this side. And so now at this point, you can corner around these 2 corners if you like, or you can leave it as is. But I'm going to corner around my corners, and then I'm going to angle cut these 2 corners out. It just makes it easier when you create the fold. So let me just fix this up a bit more. So now you have this, and again with this part here, you can just corner around these corners for the flap bit. but I'm going to angle cut it. Just up to that score line. As even as you can with the other side. And then we're just going to assemble this. And so what we're going to do here is we are going to bring these two sides in. And then we're going to do the same and bring this side up. And then we fold this part where we cut the angles, and we're going to bring that forward. And that will create your little front flap, and then you've got your pocket on the back. Just like that. And then what we do now, we're just going to glue these two sides, or get the two sides. And that will give you your back pocket. Then you have this part here where again you can add another pocket in the front like I have here. Again, the same way as the previous pocket, just adding a little strip, or you can add an envelope, or you can just leave it as is. But that is now your pocket. And again, there is the little part here where there's a little gap here, so you can add your paper clip to close the little flap here as well. Or you can add a Velcro dot if you wanted to add a Velcro, or a magnetic, or a magnet. You can just use some twine if you wanted to create a closure, or a belly band. But this is the way to make this cute little pocket insert idea. Two ways using the one method. And so you can give this a go. I do like this pocket. I think it's a cute little versatile little pocket. And again, you can make these in any sizes that you like, or you can use one 6x6 paper. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you all soon. Bye for now.